That's what the economy are supposed to be like. You got some budget, you get money that's coming in for a labor that you provide, that's skill or talent. And that's energized. That makes sure you can collect money over time. And then you somewhat sustain yourself. Simple as that. And that's just there for the decor. But you get to see the difference between the old and the new system into my old jokes that you can get. That's an extra, just in case you want to turn that into like a space to have. I don't know. They didn't pay enough for like the extension pack. So they locked that capability that way. So they'll just have it for aesthetics. Let's have a bathroom set. It is what it is, man. When you hang out with the designer, you know, the designer is always close to the what's it called? The lavender? No, that space where they keep all the stuff that they mine, the rocks and like the marbles. Yeah, that they excavate from like the river to go off and build the roads in the system movie. So they keep debris and stuff like that. They go off and revise within the domain of fashion. Yeah, to then go off and see how they can wear or like reuse whatever that they mine or So that's how you always knew that the labor, the true cost was always maintained within the fabric that you go out and use so much re-energize or re-melt. It should be metal city. That's all. Yeah, so that's why you knew that the machine over had to go out and obtain malleable steel structures. Yeah, because of the fact that when things stay stiff, bad things happen. Especially when energy must expend. Rust is a good example. Yeah, so right here you get to see the floor design of Tino Ravioli when he's saving his money on material and resource, try to make things as cheaply as efficiently. But at the same time, he tries to sell you a coffee maker for like the same price of an old one. Right? Well, again, that's how the economy is supposed to be built on basis on. You're supposed to get your money, save it on the side, and every single year you have a budget and surplus. And then whatever it is that you use to survive for the time being will go off and become something that you're paid for. But at the same time, your game wants to go off that make more money before whatever you get runs out the time itself, because things like rust and the stuff that will go off and demolish that system due to the expansion of energy laws that we have. That's way to like hot and cool and like hot and cool, or like hot and moist, like this way. That's good. Like I don't know, like hot and moist somewhere. We go off and meet each other at one point, and then that'll lead to like an expansion of energy. That's what to free state energy that happen naturally. It just happened that it happens so frequently into the time itself that it gives everything a lifespan. Over time, things become weaker, like the magnet in that system over here, or like the AC components on the special side. Due to the law of energy, something has to burn, something has to be sacrificed. Like, Full Metal Alchemist over here, Mr. Edward and his brother. Yeah, locked on CL over here, becoming popular inside the United States to like one anime that they call Full Metal Alchemist over here. What's up? We go out and have a loyal fan base inside the American space. Yeah, that again will give rise to like a musician being over here to go off and like start hosting the tour. Yeah, so I cannot make this stuff off, man. What stuff, man? I don't know, man. So welcome to the world of Fantasia. The world of magic. Like you have like magical magical pills that boost your capability to go from fake imagination or creation. And they wonder why the designer is over here. Remember I saw the mage that's close to, we go off and wonder inside of a space here. Naturally occurring natural things that grow off of the earth here. will produce natural catalyst that's compatible with his brain to then go off and release a reaction that make them relax and be able to someone enjoy time slowing down and being relieved. So they get to think and create and go off and innovate. And by the time they're done over here, that's how the economy was supposed to be spelled out. But somebody, just like in that Final Fantasy trailer over here, the great thing, it cannot be undone. Now it's cool that exists during that time. As I said, the ending of the slave era is the background to automate this process on the system. And maintain the logistics and the gateway and the key to the empire. Now go off and maintain the entire robotic system for like a fraction of a penny. Not even a penny. The penny would be too expensive because the mass. So they just like they go off and they drill. That's why you get to learn that the heat or the oil to operate this machine system become valuable more on the space because that's what cools it down and maintain it and then giving its efficiency more on the space. So oil will become one of the biggest catalyst factors necessary to like a raw resource that's needed. That's why I encourage mining, for space exploration to go off and discover different synthetics system and then explore spaces where I could go off and dump my research on my lethality on my chemistry system over here, including radiation inside of a space that you call a dead zone. So you get to produce the dead zone early on and like maintain that dead zone in that area itself. You got to find that we already predicted that back in the 80s with the sci-fi dudes that the dead zone itself would become valuable due to the fact that it become a junk space in the junkyard, so you don't know what type of like celestial treasures might be thrown or left over that space here as an ancient space here or like nullified systems. This is because of the fact that we dump radioactive materials, chemistry more on the space here, not too lethal for like biology more on the space, but not the machine. Yep. Well, no, man, that's how far I'm already. I'm more of a fan of my human evolution over here. If I'm having to do with idiots that are just catching up to the scene, and like idiots that are like out of tune with the system itself, and idiots that are not found their footing. Well, I'm finding my footing right here in this historical moment over here. I have to go off and employ my intellect as one of the young doctors to then go off and produce a catalyst that's like diamond, like worth billions of dollars, as like a metaphor or logical system that do with density, in between. No, so it's a measurement system, the magnetism, electromagnetism, the system I have to follow. They exist, but not on my scale over here for my price. So it's like a nice catalyst, just like these pills over here, but it'd be inside the human brain and the human system over here. A good example would be that police camera. That's somewhere over there. That didn't used to be there, even the low-powered system over there. What's up? So back then, everything had to be metally connected and protected on the space due to the environment, destroying and demolishing thing and spitting it right back like snow melting around the space. And then eventually all of a sudden the heat has to hit that phase where, so now the bricks and the system itself will go off and totally expand in all sorts of direction and break down. So that's why you find a rigidity within the materials that they go off and like semi-contain. That's a treasure map right there that tells you like which condition is most susceptible for like the level and the environment that you're in, for like the low cost that you be doing. And that's how like that family coming in, that's how they want to live there for like, I don't know, maybe the entire century. They don't know they're going to be there permanently. But by the time they materialize that house, they're going to try and make sure that that house itself, is sustained for like the next 20 years. Because especially because they don't want none of this stuff to break down. Because that itself will cost them like maybe $10,000 later on to like fix or renew on especially. Because they won't be able to find a craftsman that's going to be able to handle the old cheap stuff on the special. The old cheap stuff has been like done away, and eventually the cost of the craftsman is the cost of his oil and his energy. They have to often contain with his rent prices. So his price over there in the future is always going to be higher. All right, so that's where we enter a new level, more like cheap stuff that was produced by like Sumaru back there. That's all. Because now they give him control like the printed circuit boards in the system over here. Because in this space he has a vast amount of pollution. With a population that they all hate. Most of that like billions of children that nobody can take care of. So in a space that's poor as well. So he sent them all to just go off and like randomly get lost inside of his circuit system. A city. Decentralized system that made them millions and billions of dollars on the space and that jumble up the economy. Until I had one of the worst parasites This is not even of age as of as a hive for kids. Yeah, from the worst sector. That's why I tell you close your ears when your eyes are when you don't pay attention to all these stories that are like sub like because behind it is a mouth that you cannot feed. There'll always be way to famine. That's too massive for you. A domain infinity, death. So you make sure you don't look around that edge area unless you're willing to lose limbs or things that are even greater than limbs on the special. Yeah, your family's life, all that stuff. That's what most of them, or your nations. So I said by the end of the day, I got better stuff to go off and do than to go off and be a fucking degenerate.